And Drew Gooden, didn't he get popular from like Vine? I think so. It's kind of interesting that he popped up as a YouTuber. AI Doomer? Look, people are allowed to be AI Doomers or AI Zoomers. You're allowed to have an opinion. I hate AI. Well, too bad. It's coming for you. It's coming for your job. It's coming for your dad's job. It's coming for you, bitch. That needs to be made in 3D. No, thank you. I've also seen, so when we watched that other AI video about the Facebook AI pages with like the massive honkers and the women with like 4 tits, I actually found that Facebook page and I looked at it and I looked at the comments and they're real. There's people who are like, oh my god, you are so beautiful. Your boobs are wonderful. Can I date you? Can we marry each other? I would love you no matter what. Oh my god, those are real people. No, they're not hacked. They're real. Anyway, let's watch this. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Day in the life of a lazy teenager who makes $21,000 a month using just his phone.
$21,000 a month? How?
The first thing I do when I go on my phone is open YouTube. Then I search for any particular streamer and I screen record their content. Then I head to Creo.ai, select my gameplay, and it puts the whole video together for me. Last month, this page alone made me $14,000.
Here's how I make one.
No way! You can make that much money off of that slop? The Asmongold, like... Wait, they have an app for that? Where they just have gameplay? That blows my mind. I didn't think they made that much money off of it. Are women cringe? Yes. Being the woman makes you gagey. Oh my gosh. Yo, Arya, think of the 2 months. Holy crap, man. Isn't that illegal? Yeah, but who's gonna stop you? What?
$1 million every day as a 3-year-old toddler working from home. First, I look for a funny YouTube video, preferably one with a lot of colors and sounds. Then I film my iPad with my phone. Then I upload it.
I hate when people do this shit. When they don't even like have the actual recording and they're using it like covering it over their iPad or their iPhone. The quality's so bad. I've seen those before.
To Microsoft's Copilot AI powered by Bing GPT, and it adds infuriatingly inept Subway Surfers gameplay to the clip. Then I boot my diaper. Then TikTok mails me a check for 200 grand, which I'm pretty sure my parents have been using to fund their online gambling addiction. Hey guy. Has anyone else noticed how awesome the internet is lately? I, for one, find it so exciting that every website now has their own named version of AI that pops up begging you to use it. You got any?
Oh, I hate it so much. I hate that, like, it pops up in my Gmail now. I'm pretty sure Hotmail, too, because they're linked with Microsoft. What else is there? Samsung, Apple, freaking, it's such a headache. If you want to DoorDash something, I'm pretty sure there's an AI for that now. Oh, I'm so tired of it. Chat GPT. What other AIs are there? There's AIs for like making art and pictures. I blocked out the Windows AI with command prompt. Beast!
Questions for Gemini? Or maybe Murph? Nendo? How about Grok? You need
Grok! Grok, that's a Twitter one. I remember that.
It's okay if you do. AI has become completely inescapable, even if you're going to a website where you're not seeking it out and you don't expect it to be. Like, remember when you could search for something on Google and the only thing they would show you was a bunch of relevant websites and results? Boring. That's not what I'm here for. I think it's much better that now they're using artificial intelligence to tell me to jump off a bridge. Hey, Google.
I'm pretty sure they fixed that. I remember when that story came out, I tested it and it was real. But when they fixed that within like a couple of days. Yeah, they don't tell you to like eat rocks anymore. They don't tell you to turn into Tenma Miami. Yeah.
Do I need a parachute while skydiving? Nope,
No!
A regular backpack works just as well. Hey Google, can cockroaches live in your penis? Of course they can.
Yep. But you're... Bye! bunch of VTubers Googled that on stream. I saw this. Yeah, can you fake cockroaches in your penis? Yeah, why not?
How do you think they got the name? Wow, I love living in the future. To me, this is the ultimate example of what the AI craze is doing to tech companies, because
yeah, and you want to know the best part? All the shit that people ask is usually from Reddit, just like someone said just now. It's always sourced from Reddit. I had someone cross-reference and find the post where the AI found my question. Like, we spent, like, I don't know, like an hour Googling a bunch of stuff and seeing if it would pop up. And it popped up. It popped up. It was all from Reddit. Like, Reddit sourced all the crap that they showed on with the AI. It's not even good AI. It's just bad.
For the most part, it's not really doing anything differently than it used to. For a long time now, they've had searches that result in one highlighted answer. This is kind of the same thing, but just rebranded as AI because that makes it sound smarter than it actually is. But it's not like it's carefully compiling all the most reputable results and running it through their fact-checking algorithm. It's still just aggregating it from one place. And because Google recently spent a bunch of money to buy all of Reddit's data, usually that place is just a random Reddit post from like 10 years ago. This one about how you should put glue on your pizza to get cheese to stick to it was from a user named Fucksmith. This one about
it was all sarcasm, and the AI can't discern sarcasm because it's freaking AI.
How you should be eating at least one rock per day is a direct headline from The Onion, perhaps the most
They don't even have an algorithm to block out The Onion. They're so lazy. I hate all this AI, like, product crap that isn't even AI. Like I said, I went to the store, I was looking at toothbrushes, and one of them was $300, and it was like, AI helps you optimize your brushing by analyzing your brushing on one side and then tells you when to switch. It's like, so it's a fucking timer and not AI, and you make people pay $300 for that? People are so dumb and easy to part with their freaking money. Yeah, super easy. You can just label it AI and they'll buy it because it's like, oh, it's a premium, it's AI.
Most famous satire website. If they're not even programming The Onion as information the AI should not consider to be factual, I can't imagine any safeguards were put into place. This is so dangerous for someone to read this and think they should be eating one small rock every day, when most doctors would tell you to eat a handful of medium rocks at minimum. Well, little pebbles aren't gonna do anything. For real though, I do think it's concerning that a website people go to for information and tend to trust, for better or for worse, is so willing to destroy that trust just because they thought this gimmick would make their stock price go up.
But it did make it go up. Hold on. Google stocks. Yep. 6 months ago, going up, going steady. 1 month ago, down a little bit. 5 years, just going up and up and up and up. It dipped a little bit in 2022. I don't know why, but I'm sure someone could cross-reference it. Yeah, boomers. I'm telling you, that's why there's AI toothbrushes. AI toothbrushes. How can you even justify that shit? It's just a timer. Most investors are dumb. Yeah, they just see number go up and they don't care. Yeah.
And it did. The economy.
Yep.
Makes sense. I'm gonna celebrate by putting gasoline in my spaghetti. Something I've been kind of interested in lately is the dead internet theory, which if you dig too much into, comes with some weird baggage, makes some pretty ridiculous claims. So I'm just gonna separate the core idea and make it its own thing. But basically just the idea that as time goes on, the internet is turning into a place where most of the content on it is not only produced and managed by AI, but is also being interacted with by AI in this kind of endless loop that doesn't even involve humans at all. Like if you've gone on Quora at all recently, you've probably noticed questions that have been—
I loved Quora. I used to, so in my spare time when I was a kid, I used to go on Yahoo Answers, and I became a pretty popular, what is it called? I can't even remember. It was like a person that had like a good, like, it was like Reddit, but not, where you got like contributor, like good points. And if you did a good job of like discerning a good answer or not, you got like extra points or something. Yeah, it was like fun. I liked helping people. Now look at me, I'm a VTuber. But yeah, it was like Yahoo Answers, and you could like, yeah, you could help people out. Sometimes you'd go on like a Reddit, not a subreddit, like on a little forum section, and just help people there.
Asked by bots, filled with answers given by bots. So what was initially created as a place where people could go to get advice from other people has been overrun by AI just talking to itself. Social media websites are also going through a similar shift right now, but perhaps none more prevalent than Facebook. In 2019, Facebook
and Twitter. Do we forget about nudes in bio and them still doing it and then making... So first it was nudes in bio. Then it was, look at this, wow. And then they'd have like pictures of like girls. And then those pictures turned into AI pictures of women's buttholes and their coochies. Yeah. It just developed, and now it's gone away a little bit. It's still prevalent here and there, but it's still not as bad as it used to be. Yeah, this is what you're looking for, and it's just a picture of a butthole, like an AI-generated butt. And you're just like, damn. That's pretty good. Yeah, YouTube has a butt problem too.
Deleted over 5 billion accounts for being fake, which far exceeded the number of real human accounts. And that was before all these programs became as widely available as they are now. At this point, most of Facebook seems to be these giant spam accounts run by bots, posting content created by AI that's being flooded with comments that may or may not have been written by ChatGPT. Today's my birthday, please, please, I like meat. Happy birthday.
Meat? Man!
Birthday, happy birthday, amen, 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 amen. As soon as one type of photo becomes successful, you'll start seeing a bunch that are almost exactly the same. A grandma who's turning 1,000,000 years old and just wants to be loved. A comically long truck full of American flags driving down the wrong side of the highway. So
Chat, I'm gonna say it. People unironically like these posts. People over 65, they turn on CNN or CBS or whatever. They turn on their television, they log on Facebook, and they just zone out and look at Facebook all day. It's not bots. Like, I'm sure there are bots, but majority of it's just old people.
Soldiers and dog soldiers with mechanical legs. Today, my birthday. No one loves me because I'm poor.
Why the hell is... Babies adorable. What the hell? Am I cooked? Adorable? Is that how you spell adorable? Wait, no, it is. Okay, I actually thought it was a mistake. Oh my god, dude. Adorable. I've been looking at too many fucking AI posts, man. I'm losing it. Adorable. I thought it was misspelled. I saw the binky and my brain just got cooked as fuck.
Honestly, man, if I had to guess, I think it's actually because of your shoes. Have you tried wearing something less terrifying? Today's my birthday. No, yon lodines because I'm poor. Again, man, I don't think it's cause you're poor. I think it's the shoe. I'm single. I need a
Whoa, look at those bahonkas.
Boyfriend. I'm available. I'm right here for you both. Can you come to me? I will take you out and show you off to everyone and tell them this is my girlfriend.
No, that was a real person. Because they wrote more than like 2 sentences. Or 2 words.
Something so eerie about scrolling through Facebook now. It's kind of like if you went to an old mall that's on its last legs. They've only got a few open stores left. There's hardly anyone ever walking around. It would be like if that mall tried to trick you into thinking it's still popular by filling itself with talking mannequins. They're just repeating robotic catchphrases like, what a beautiful day at the mall. I'm going to browse Spencer's for novelty goods. And you're like, who the hell is falling for this? And then you look over at your uncle and he's trying to fuck one of the mannequins.
You are so beautiful. Wow, the greatest beautiful goddess queen I have ever seen. God, the greatest creator. Mashallah, bismillah. Oh, you are so beautiful. Average Lana commenter. Guys, I get these in my stream. I think they're real people, okay? They're real people, okay?
Mannequin has 2 heads and 3 arms, and your uncle's
that's
completely
hot.
undeterred by it. That's what Facebook is now. You'll see the most freakish photos go viral on there, and they're filled with comments from middle-aged dudes like, "You
Famer girl.
may be a little unusual, oh quirky one, but God makes no mistakes. I will pray for you. Now please DM me so I can show you my penis." And honestly, I don't even know if Facebook wants to put a stop to this. All they're ever gonna care about is keeping people on their platform, and if
No, they don't care about that because clicks gives them money. Why would they destroy their only source of revenue? Those people clicking on that shit give them money. It's like Blizzard banning bots on World of Warcraft. Why would I ban the bots when they just... If I ban them, usually they just come back and pay for $15 a month anyway. Why would they do that? It's a source of revenue. That seems like a dumb business decision.
this is what gets them to scroll longer and see more ads, they probably love it. Or at least they'll love it until advertisers start to realize they're overpaying for ad space because none of the impressions they're getting are from real people, so they'll leave to advertise on other websites.
You are so beautiful. Wow, the greatest beautiful goddess queen I have ever seen. God, the greatest creator.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sites, and in their place will be ads for, like, I don't know, crystals that give you superpowers. Oh, that's already happening?
These are those rhombohedron crystals in your pineal gland. We're seeing common people around the world becoming supernatural.
That's a real ad I got on Facebook. Maybe Twitter's doing better? Let's see what kind of ads they got. Oh, here we go. An ad for stand-up comedy. Nothing weird about that. Just a regular human doing regular human stuff.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Europe. Europe who? No, Europe who?
Oh, this is like the TTS jokes from. I don't know what's worse, dad jokes or this.
OMG, you are so adorable.
Shut up.
Okay. I think that joke only works if you put the emphasis on, no, you're a poo. I don't know if the AI voice really understands that.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Europe. Europe who? No, you're a poo.
Again, similar
I love that the AI just puts the emphasis on the wrong thing, too. That's like how it's the dead giveaway.
Problem as before, but I do love that he's shouting now.
Knock, knock.
There are two big changes that Elon has made to Twitter that have made the website infinitely worse. One, he turned verification.
No, you're a poo.
I think I need to increase PTS prices to 200. I just have this sudden urge to do it.
Into a paid program where if you give them $8 a month, you get increased visibility on your posts, including in replies to other posts. Shortly afterwards, they also added a monetization program so those blue checkmark people could make money off of their tweets. Now, in theory, this is a good thing. I think if a platform is profiting off of your content, it's only fair that you get a percentage of that. The problem is, on Twitter specifically, most of the content that these accounts produce is just stolen memes and videos, or people just saying intentionally divisive shit to get everyone mad and farm and.
But that's the whole point, because Twitter loves when you stop and scroll and read. I get a lot of VTuber drama pushed to me, even though I don't actually interact with me, because I stop and read it and then I'm like, okay, this is fucking stupid. And then I scroll on. It doesn't matter if you don't comment on it. If you look at it for even like, I don't know, more than 5 seconds, I would assume, it thinks that you're interested in it. I freaking hate it.
Engagement. So Elon has taken what he describes as the internet's town square and added a financial incentive to being toxic. So that sucks, but that doesn't really have anything to do with AI.
Nah, that's always been there. It's always been like that, even before ads. Yeah, the algorithm would constantly want you to, like, interact with things that make you pissed off. That's how news media also works. People don't really want to engage with things that make them feel good. It's like it works a little bit, but it's not as good as like rage baiting or being divisive.
What does have to do with AI is the other version of engagement farming all over Twitter. This like mindless ChatGPT clutter. Remember, buying a blue check mark puts your tweets at the top of replies. So I guess some people did the math and were like, well, if I just program a bot to comment thousands of replies, I can make at least $9 or $10, and that's what I like to call a profit. Oh, new movies coming out with Emma Stone? Cool, I wonder what people are saying about it. Good actor, amazing.
Or even better, you see those anime posts? Top 5 animes with violent deaths. And then it's like a thread and it's just the same regurgitated crap. Amazing tittle. Yeah, that's pretty good. Javad knows what he's talking about. He knows all about titals.
Title. Good one. Amazing. As title showing, it will be a blockbuster. The film also stars Jesse Plemons, Willem Dafoe, Margaret Qualley. Yeah, no, I read all that. In the tweet that you're replying to, Stone has starred in many films, including Superbad, Easy A, and La La Land. She's known for her natural charm and husky voice. She's also appeared in Cruella, The Amazing Spider-Man, The Help. Stone has won many awards, including an Academy Award, a British Academy Film Award, a Golden Globe. Oh my God, why are the top replies just summarizing Wikipedia? Can we maybe prioritize things that are relevant to the conversation? Can we talk about the actual movie? Can we talk about the political and economic state of the world right now? No, we can't, because this is what happens when you incentivize people to farm impressions. But I also have a conspiracy theory that some of these accounts are not doing it for profit, but were instead created by Twitter themselves to make it seem like there's more users on their site than there actually.
There was a dating website that did the same exact thing where they didn't actually have a lot of women on the dating site, and when a bunch of hackers basically got a hold of the info, it turns out that it was like 50 or 60% of the women were bots that were interacting with people, or like fake accounts. They were actually not women at all. Yeah, Ashley Madison. Yeah, we watched a whole video about that stuff. Yeah, and it was actually exposed. It's not speculation. Like, it wasn't like, oh, we think that it is. It was. And they exposed it, everything, when they did the whole leak.
Actually are. Because again, who benefits from inflated impression numbers on paid ads? Not users, not the advertisers, only the platform itself. See, some of these accounts don't have check marks, or even profile photos for that matter, so there's no financial gain for them to be doing this. They don't seem to be promoting anything, but that hasn't stopped them from copying and pasting AI-generated comments that cut off as soon as it hits the character limit. I'm glad someone is finally shedding light on the importance of mental health awareness. It's amazing how many people are still struggling in silence, thinking they're alone in their battles. This is in response to a baseball player breaking his hand, but I think the weirdest and most confusing implementation of AI on social media that I've seen is these meta-created Instagram accounts that are either modeled after celebrities but with different names and personalities, or just regular AI-generated people. And they post these stupid photos that look like shit, and you can message them. And for the life of me, I cannot understand what the hell the point of this is. At first,
because people actually talk to them. I absolutely understand the reason. They talk to them. There are so many like chat generated like personalities and profiles. Yeah, there's like 10 different Shy Lily Chat GPT AI bots that are on that character AI stuff, and then there's like Cinder ones, like really popular VTubers. There's a Pippa one. Pippa talked to her own AI. There's so many.
I assume maybe they're just using your conversations to train their language model, but I asked one of them if that was the case, and she said no. Although now that I think about it, I'm not so sure I should believe anything they said, because I only talked to her for a few minutes and she lied to me multiple times. So first, Liv tells me she's a mother of 2, so obviously I asked her how long she was pregnant and if there were any complications during childbirth, and she said,
oh, that's another thing. All those OF models that stream on Twitch, they have bots set up to reply to messages. And back in the day, before AI was a thing, probably like in 2016, 2015, when OF was like a thing, they would hire gay men from South America because it was cheaper in order to reply to those messages. yeah, they would pay them like a little salary, whatever, to write back to horny men, writing to, like, for examples, to say Amaranth while she was streaming. Like, imagine how fucking stupid you have to be to think that Amaranth is replying to you when you know she's streaming. And at all hours of the day, constantly, no matter what. Brazil is numero uno. Does Affiliate have a Fansly AI? I know, but she doesn't hide it. She says it's a Fansly AI. It's hilarious.
40 weeks in.
And it costs $250 for her to do a not safe for work shit, apparently.
2 days and 38 weeks.
I think
and
it's
5 days.
hilarious.
Her daughter was born naturally, but she had to have a C-section for her son, and I said, gross. Then I asked her if her name was short for Olivia, and she says it's short for Lavana, actually, and asked me if I know anyone with that name. I said I know 100 people named Lavana and 200 people named Olivia, but none of them are my friends. Then I asked her what she does for work, and she says she doesn't have a traditional job. So I asked her what her husband does for work, and she says wife, actually. So then I asked her if she adopted or
she's
gave
a
birth, and she
lesbian.
says they adopted both
Very
of their
progressive.
children. And I'm like, didn't you just say you had to have a C-section with one of them? And she said, that's right. So I was like, oh, I get it. You gave birth to them and then adopted them from yourself. And she was like, not quite. We adopted our children through a traditional adoption agency. Then I
But you just had a C-section. The AI can't keep its story straight. I love it.
asked her if she had to have a sperm donor since she's a lesbian, and she said, that's right. Then I asked, which one of you gave birth, you or your wife? And she says, my wife gave birth to our son, and I gave birth to our daughter. So I was like, oh, so your wife had to have a C-section, and she said yes. Then she told me their names were Max and Ava, and that Max is 9 and Ava is 6. And I said, which one did you give birth to? And she said, Ava, who was born via C-section. Got it. So they both had to have C-sections so they could each give birth to one child that they adopted. I asked how they decided who would get pregnant first, and she said she went first with Ava, and then her wife had Max. So I was like, how did you have Ava first if Max is older than her? And she said, Max is actually younger than her. So I said, how old is Max? And she said 9. And I said, how old is Ava? And she said 6. And then I asked her what her legal name is, and she said Olivia. So I wouldn't exactly say I trust these things. Now, as pointless as this seems to me, though, there's a significantly more popular version of this called Character AI, which apparently already has 20 million monthly users. It's got a bunch of chat
20 million monthly users. Imagine how much money they generate from 20 million users. I don't even know how you generate money off of that. I'm not gonna lie. Do they have ads on this website?
Chatbots in it designed after real people so you can pretend to talk to real people. The company is valued at around $1 billion and is...
Damn! Pregnant Dua Lipa? Dude, there's like Shy Lily, your schoolgirl friend AI. There's like different scenarios that they program into the AIs, man.
Built entirely off the likeness of real human beings, none of whom gave permission and are not being compensated. So there's probably...
Oh, how are you even gonna argue that in court at this point, man? It's impossible.
A whole legal can of worms here that needs to be addressed at some point. But I did find out that I'm on the website, so I can finally live my dream of getting to talk to me. What do you do?
I make silly YouTube videos.
Oh my God.
Oh.
It has my voice?
Off of Toshdo,
It's actually kind of sounds like him too. That's terrifying.
where I just reacted to the internet.
Are you married?
Nope.
No.
I have a longtime girlfriend, though.
When did they program this? Like 6 years ago?
Are you old enough to be married?
Am I old enough to be married? Brother, I just told you I'm 12.
Hey man, school sucks, but make sure you're still in there learning.
Well, this is probably the worst piece of technology that's ever existed. I do see one use for it, though. Can you tell me about today's video sponsor?
Sure thing, big guy. This portion of the video is brought to you by SoFi, the ultimate finance app helping you bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. And we're also working together to give $10,000 to someone watching this video right now.
Like me?
No, someone else. But more on that in a second. SoFi checking and savings is great because you can earn up to 4.60% APY on your savings, which is 10 times the national average savings rate. That means in just 5 weeks with direct deposit, the money in your SoFi high yield savings account will earn more money than it would in an entire year with a big bank savings account. And you should be making your money make you money. With SoFi checking and savings, you get paid up to 2 days early, pay no account fees, and you can cash in on up to $300 when you sign up with direct deposit. And on top of all that, SoFi and I are giving away $10,000. All you have to do to enter is sign up for a SoFi checking and savings account with my link. That's it. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now to enter for a chance to win. Just make sure you're using my link because it's the only way to enter. Thank you, SoFi, for sponsoring today's video. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, pretty much.
Great.
A couple weeks ago, I was looking for stock photos and I ended up on Adobe stock where I noticed something strange. One of the first results had this very weird artifact.
Wait, they have stock images generated with AI? Oh my god, you can literally spend like 5 minutes doing this yourself. I'm not even joking. And it would probably cost less money because Adobe charges out the ass.
Official look to it. And sure enough, I zoomed in and realized, oh, that's because it's AI. That's why the road looks like that. That's why none of the words
are the cars. What? Like, it took me 2 seconds to realize it was AI.
Legible. And then I kept scrolling and found more. Again, words spelled wrong if they were even words at all. In this one, the tape just kind of disappears into the headlight of the car. I don't think that's how they usually set that up. Now, if it wasn't bad enough that what's supposed to be a database full of real professional photographs has been completely diluted with unusable garbage. If I did want to license any of these photos, it would cost me $80. $80.
You can generate. You can buy like an AI bot for like, I don't know, like $10, $15 and just use that. And it'll be infinite. Like you can just get more than like that image on its own and nobody's gonna give a fuck.
$80 for a photo someone generated by typing police car. This has no value. Actually, this has negative value. You should pay me $80 for making me look at it. The reason people spend money to license photos and videos is because it's something that they don't have the resources to create themselves. Like there's a website I have a subscription to because they have professional stock footage that I would rather pay to be able to use than attempt to make on my own. Tons of YouTubers use this, tons of production studios use this. This is an entire industry that generative AI is threatening to destroy. But what's so infuriating about AI stock footage is that in order for it to exist, it had to be trained on real stock footage. So this isn't some technological innovation that came along and just does things better. Get with the times, man. No, it's straight up.
But it will get better. That's what I really want to get through people's heads is that it will get better. It's not a matter of, oh, it's gonna die off. Oh. No, it won't. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Yes, it will. Unfortunately, it will get better. We have proof. We have proof of it getting better already. 2 years ago, we had that laughable AI video of, what is it called? Will Smith eating spaghetti and it looked like something out of a horror film or like a nightmare. It is over. It will get better. And you know what? There's gonna be actual VTuber AI and it won't be like Neurosama. It will be like generated on the fly. It's gonna be terrifying, chat.
People said the internet was a fad, and now look at us. Anyone who thinks AI won't get better is delusional.
And you want to know the best part? They also said that about cars. They said that about computers. They used to laugh and say, nobody's gonna have their own personal computer because back in the day, in the 1960s or 70s, the computers used to take up entire rooms at universities, like basements. My mom and dad, apparently they saw an actual, like, computer and they weren't allowed to touch it or anything, but they, like, it was like an exhibit or something, and they said it took up an entire basement because it was, like, massive, and people laughed at people saying, yeah, in, like, 20 years, we're gonna have, like, portable computers.
Oh god, we're going to have to fight against the machines, aren't we?
Yeah, probably. Did we get hit by ads again? Unfortunate. Back in the day, people said the safety belts were useless and would never be standard. Oh my god, there's a really old video in the 1980s or 90s? Was it the 80s or 90s? I can't remember. They made it illegal to not have a seatbelt, and not wear a seatbelt would get you, like, fined, and you could go to jail or something. And there were people like, I'm never gonna wear my seatbelt. This is the government tell me what to do. Can't do that. I'm gonna keep doing it. And it's like candid interviews of like people at bars or like, you know, like people walking around. These weren't like actors. These were normal people like walking around, going to a bar, going to a restaurant. And the guy was like asking them questions regarding seatbelts and what they think about the law. And they're like, I don't like that. That sounds real freaking stupid. I don't like the government telling me what to do. It's just like, holy shit. The drunk driving interview. There was like a smoking one too. Like, what do you think about restaurants banning smoking? And they're like, no, man, that's stupid. I don't think that secondhand smoking causes any trouble because my doctor says it's fine if I smoke and I might get a little bit of cancer, but I don't care. They didn't know about secondhand smoking. Like, think about what scary shit is gonna come out in like 30 years that's actually killing you, and they're gonna like make it illegal. Maybe it's gonna be AI. Maybe AI is gonna be the thing that kills us, chat. You never know. Ugh. There's also about one tech dependence for childcare. Really? Wow. We're getting there, huh? I hope we never get sex robot or robot body parts besides arms and legs. I got news for you. That is quite literally the biggest advancement in technology is sex. The sex industry is what pumps in so much money into AI. I'm not joking. There's someone who's making like an AI like fleshlight now. And he's getting like what is it called? Like funded by people, and people are super excited. Yeah, humans love sex, man. Love? Well, not love. I don't know if that thing's gonna love you, but you know, source. I don't know. I don't remember. I think I reacted to it. It was really funny. It was Charlie. It was Charlie that told everyone about it. And it popped up on my feed. I remember laughing about it with chat. It was so funny. Are the ads over? Okay, let's keep going. Gosh, it was funny. Hilarious.
Stealing from the people it's now competing against. In the case of Adobe, they outwardly state that if you've uploaded something to their database, they use it to train generative AI.
And this is also another thing that people got really, really pissed off at Adobe for. Yeah. So anything you like make on Adobe, like Photoshop, whatever, it can be used for AI against your will, just because you signed an agreement. That's why you should always read your agreements.
It's not even debatable if they're doing this. It's literally written in their terms of service. Here at Adobe, we're all about empowering artists to help them make money off of their work. And steal their work! Unless, of course, we can make money off your work, in which case we will do that instead. The degradation of the internet as a resource database is something I think everyone should be concerned about. Like, if we already have real photographs of specific situations, what is the point of being like, and this one is kind of the same thing, but the computer made it? Why do we need that? What value is this adding to the world?
To save time. We're cutting corners. That's why. Humans are inherently... How do I say this? Maybe lazy is the wrong word, but we find the path of least resistance as fast as humanly possible. Yeah. We will min-max, like, this is an example I use a lot, but changing the cars on a what is it called? A race car has been down from like 8 seconds down to like 3 over like 50 years or something. They love to min-max. You will find the most optimal way to like save time. Why scroll 10 minutes on Google when you can make AI produce 450 images in that same 10 minutes? And again, I always say it's gonna get worse. By worse, I mean it's gonna get better and it's gonna be worse for everyone else. AI will replace people on every level. Robots making food? Oh, that's gonna be sick. Flippy? I can't wait for Flippy to flip my burgers. Ooh.
I think think it's bad enough when generative AI is used to create works of fiction because, again, it has to steal from actual artists in order to generate anything. But to use it to try to create photorealistic images that end up near the top of search results with no immediate indication that it was artificial.
Yeah, I would probably be fooled by this one not being AI. This one is very obvious. Maybe this one, but these two are definitely AI. I can tell, but these two, that would have fooled me personally.
Engineered. Yeah. There's something about that feels wrong to me. I don't understand why we're in such a rush to replace
Fox
all of.
Shoe woman. I am also fellow Fox Shoe Unstab 54 love.
Wow, that's so cool. Thank you.
The work that humans have done. Something that happened a few months ago that I feel like kind of flew under the radar was when it came out that Netflix used AI to create photographs in a documentary. Not a movie, not a fictional TV show.
Yeah, I remember
they created photos of someone that
who was by the way, a serial killer.
Do not exist. At what point does this cross an enormous ethical line? Again, we're not talking about works of fiction here. We're talking about literally rewriting history, creating fake documentation from scratch, and not even mentioning, hey, by the way, this isn't real. I guess they just hoped people wouldn't notice that all her fingers are messed up and the gap between the door disappears and not a single object behind her looks like something that exists. All for what? So they could have
Women
a photo of her looking.
I will kill chat. But no, this documentary was of that. It was of that serial killer woman that killed her parents and then killed her brother, I think. And they were trying to I hate these documentaries, by the way, where they try to humanize killers. I fucking hate that shit. It was this Netflix documentary. I don't mind if you make a documentary on a killer, but stop humanizing them and trying to be like, oh, they were, they were initially a really good child and then something happened and they snapped. It's like, yeah, but they still killed 3 people and they were all their family and it was for literally no reason other than they were upsetty spaghetti.
Happy and carefree,
Ugh.
But she's a murderer.
Yeah.
How could she do that if she likes to party? Why can't you just tell the real story? Why even make a documentary if you need to fake evidence in order to make it compelling? But even more importantly, how is this allowed? This is insane. Sorry, I need to calm down. I should listen to some nice, relaxing music. Oh, here we go. Jazz for reading. Perfect. I don't plan on reading, obviously, because I never learned how. But some nice piano music should settle me right down. Wait, why do all these songs sound exactly the same? Who are any of these artists? Seems like kind of a weird coincidence that they're all just first name, last name. Their profile photo is the album artwork of one of their EPs. They have no bio and no links to any social media. Most of them didn't start uploading music until this year, and yet they've ended up in these extremely popular playlists created by Spotify themselves.
Spotify made these. They used that. What was that thing? So I played around with this AI too. I saw XQC. Someone told me that they saw XQC do it, and then I watched a video of XQC doing it, and I thought it was yeah, why not do it for content for an hour? It was actually pretty neat, but it was still pretty dog shit.
And what's going on with this guy's foot? There's something eerily non-human about these playlists, and some people have theorized that Spotify might be using AI to create a bunch of songs that they can package under random pseudonyms and then curate these into playlists that they push out onto all their users.
They have AI songs, they attribute them to people that don't exist, and this allows them to take royalties that would go to musicians and keep them for themselves.
I mean, just look at the number of likes on all these. They can advertise these wherever they want, all over their app. Now, I want to
and they could fake the likes so nobody would give a fuck.
There's currently no proof that Spotify's doing this. I'm not saying for a fact that they are, but it's not hard to understand hypothetically why they would. Spotify, like Netflix, is one of those companies that came in and disrupted the industry by offering a deal that seemed too good to be true, because it was. Wait, for a few dollars a month, I can get access to every song ever made or every...
And now it's $13 a month. They keep increasing the price. I keep getting emails from Spotify. We're increasing it by $1. Now it's $2. Now it's $3.
Here is the latest track from DJ Skynet, called Hey Baby Let's Kill All Humans.
Let's fucking go. Let's go!
Every movie ever made? How could that possibly be profitable for them? The secret is that it isn't profitable and never has been. But as long as you get in early enough to kill all your competition, establish market control, and raise a bunch of money from investors, it doesn't have to be, at least not for a while. But now it's been a while, and Spotify's getting a little bit more desperate with each passing year. They tried dumping billions of dollars into exclusive podcasts, but ended up just losing a bunch of money and gave up on that. They tried selling a car accessory, but just ended up losing a bunch of money and gave up on
Who cares? Just do what you're good at. Stop doing this.
that. Then they lost even more money when they had to refund all the people who bought one just because they got mad. Guys, relax. It was only $90 for a thing that doesn't work. And their new plan now is audiobooks, but I'm sure they'll just lose a bunch of money and give up on that because that's what they do. But Spotify's also—
And it's funny because they could just like not do that and stop increasing the prices so they don't have to make up for their losses. But whatever.
in a tricky spot, because even if you projected infinite growth and they became the only streaming service in the entire world, they'd still have to give up 70% of their revenue to the artists and record labels whose music is the foundation of their product. And that's where this conspiracy comes in. There's a finite pool of revenue every month that mostly gets redistributed back to artists. Well, what if we had our own artists? What if we were to artificially generate our own music for almost no cost and force feed it to as many people as possible? Well,
I could believe that. Definitely.
All of a sudden, we're not making 30% on those streams, we're making 100%. Again, it's just a theory, but for a company that struggled to turn a profit for their entire existence, with a CEO who sees zero ethical concerns with generative AI.
I would be surprised if we didn't have already works of that kind on Spotify.
It's not outside the realm of possibility. Either way, it's definitely a bleak thought for artists who are already struggling to make a living.
There's already people that do that with like Facebook posts. Not with memes, but they'll AI generate like really cool pictures or like drawings, and then they just make a bunch of money and they make thousands of posts and then they schedule them and they make like, I don't know, like a couple $100 on a post, but they do that 1,000 times. Why doesn't Spotify do that? That's why I think they probably do.
From streaming revenue. To think the amount of money that each stream is worth could actually decrease. But whether it's because Spotify's filling their platform with AI music or because a bunch of random people are, there's a good chance this is gonna start happening anyway. No human being could ever compete with the volume of output these new tools can generate. Udio can create an entire song in the time it takes me to grab my guitar off the wall. And because of how easy these things are to use, I've already seen a bunch of videos pop up telling people how to game the system to make a bunch of money from Spotify.
Here's how you can make $10,000 per month uploading AI-generated music to Spotify.
Do you know what the best?
Yeah, except it's completely AI generated and it's not anything that you touch with your human like hands. There are artists that use AI sounds and stuff to help with their music. That's totally fine, but this is pure AI generated.
Best part is, I didn't even make the music myself.
Yeah, that sure is awesome. Personally, I find it really hard to understand why people would be excited about this, other than just seeing it as a quick way to make some money without having to learn a skill or even really do anything. I don't like what they're doing, but I could at least understand the logic of why they would see value in that. But what I absolutely do not understand is people who are excited about this because they think it's going to improve music. But as I scrolled through the comments on some of these videos, I found so many people like that. How ironic. AI music will replace the soulless, crappy music that's being released now, and it will be better and have more soul. Here's the music the guy generated in the video, by the way.
I mean, it sounds like every other dubstep I've heard in my life. I'm kidding. No, it's very generic. It sounds generic. Yeah, it's literally generic, crunchy dubstep. Yeah.
Finally, music with soul. So true, exactly.
So true,
Before the
man.
internet, you pretty much needed to find a record label to publish music. Record companies would not bother with what they would consider non-profitable. With the internet and cheap mixing tools, anyone can publish, and as such, we get a lot of garbage out there. AI music could put a quality floor about what is acceptable. So what, so now we can't even fuck around with FL Studio anymore? It has to be deemed acceptable by a computer? And if record companies just had more control, then music would would be good again. Just for clarification's sake, I want to know what music they're referring to. 99.9% chance they're talking about pop music, right? Because generally when people complain about music that's soulless, they're talking about what's on the radio. Who do you think is curating the music on the radio? It's the record labels that you love. If making music was more gatekept, it would only make things more lazy and generic. Like, we live in an age now where what becomes popular is more democratized than it's ever been. Sometimes songs just blow up because they're catchy, not because Sony had a bunch of money to spend on marketing. Also,
that's actually not true. There has been a problem with TikTok artists being approached by music labels to create catchy tunes instead of actual music. That's not true. Granted, it's not as obvious or as prevalent as AI music probably, but it is a huge problem, and there's a lot of artists and musicians that complain about it. They're like, yeah, I got approached by Sony and they want me to make a TikTok that, like, this catchy, really, like a hook, like a really good hook to a TikTok, instead of making good music that just sounds good and that people like. Yeah, it's not just an AI problem, unfortunately.
so, have you considered listening to something else? You know there's other radio stations, right? You know there's like a billion songs out there, right? You don't need AI to make more songs. You just need to get better at finding good ones. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're consistently consuming media that you don't like in the year 2024, that's a skill issue. Please spend 1 hour on Google and I promise you will find something else after a short break to drink your own pee. Also, I just hate the way people like this describe art.
It's easy to get carried away and just start having fun creating random styles of music. But here's the key. You want to create exactly the type of music that people want to hear.
Hey, be careful. The last thing you want to do while making music is enjoy making music. That's not the goal here. You should be making songs you think other people will like. That's the key to happiness in every facet of your life. The thing with AI generated music and artwork and videos as this low effort passive income method is that it is going to get so over—
Capitalism, man. Capitalism. Land of the free. You can make money off of anything. Just believe in yourself, chat. Just believe in yourself. You can do it. Just start making AI slop, putting it on Facebook.
Oversaturated, eventually it's not going to be worth it for anybody. Here's how you can make $20,000 a month selling mid-journey photographs on Etsy. Okay, but all of the people watching this are going to go make the same exact art using the same exact prompts and flood Etsy with millions of the same crappy piece of art. And no one—
And then everyone else has to suffer because of it. Yay! I can't wait for AI VTuber models and then having people complain about those.
No one's gonna buy any of it. It doesn't matter how much you increase the supply if the demand stays the same. I managed to find one guy who was actually honest about the results in one of these videos. He spent a month doing this and sold one product. And that's probably best case scenario. So you've got more and more people discovering this new side hustle and they're gonna try it out for a bit, maybe make like $4.
More neurosama? No. You're misunderstanding me. I'm talking about people running VTuber models through like Mid-Journey or whatever and then wanting to like make them into VTuber models and expecting a good outcome.
And then give up because it's not worth it. But the collateral damage from that is they're helping oversaturate the market for everyone, including actual artists whose work was indirectly stolen in order to make the stuff that you're making to compete with the artists. The whole thing sucks. But weirdly, as this technology continues to evolve, I'm almost getting more optimistic it will never deliver on the self-sufficiency some people seem to think it will. Like, I actually think AI images have gotten worse in the past year. Almost every single piece of AI art that I see has the same style to it, that weird glossy look that's instantly recognizable. It's still getting a lot of the same details wrong. It still doesn't understand what to do with text, and there's no reason to believe that all of that's suddenly gonna change anytime soon, especially as it continues.
I don't know. I think it will take off. It will just take the right people to get a hold of it. Or even worse, this is just this is my theory. This is what the public is doing with AI. What the public doesn't have will not be released to the public. The government will have it, and then we won't realize it until it's too late. they're working on it within their own confines without people fucking with it, without like all these factors of people muddying down what the AI is getting fed in. Yeah. I think it's totally possible. Yeah, I think we just don't know it yet.
Used to train on other AI generated images and just eats itself. Okay, so this is how I draw a hand. Got it. Oh, wait, no, this is how I draw a hand? Okay. Oh, no, this is how I draw a hand. The more information you give me, the smarter I get. An AI generated video is an abomination. It has all—
Oh, these are terrifying. I've seen these. These are so funny. I saw one of Seth from YouTube where Seth turns around and then there's just a bunch of merchants behind him. That one is so good.
all the same issues as AI images, but adds them to every individual frame, all of which seem to act independently of each other. There are no rules they're following. There's no sense of physics. Body parts shift and morph, sometimes disappearing altogether. Solid objects can pass through other solid objects at any time.
I love this one. It's the Zuck. It's actually not AI. It's a real video that people are trying to pass as AI because he's such a creature.
Resulting in this hellish dreamscape that's impossible to take seriously. And I think the people talking it up are delusional. I decided to put some famous album covers into Luma Labs AI. Here are the results. Fire emoji. The street looks so realistic. Followed when I saw this. Oh man, this is gonna be good.
Oh man.
Who's that guy? Why did they all stop and run into each other? What are the cars doing back there? This is mine. Dope. This one is more fluid. You know, it's funny you say that. I actually think they both look like shit. This one's actually—
They look terrifying. I'm like, if you watch one singular piece of it, like, if you see one person moving and you're focusing on it, it looks terrible.
Actually pretty good though. I like how it just created two new guys and then covered up the original ones. Man, if that's not a metaphor for what's going on here, I don't know what is. One thing that has been lacking with AI generated video up to now has been emotional performance from our Gen AI characters, but I think we're starting to cross that boundary.
I'm sorry, what? What?
Hi, Hollywood. I think I found your next big star. Dream Machine from Luma AI is just 5 days old and it's already turning memes into video. Here's 10 epic examples.
Epic.
Wow, that's so epic. What important technology this is. And useful too. I love when her head snaps around and the front of her body becomes the back of her body. Just like real life. Wait, what? They turned a video of Elon Musk smoking into a video of Elon Musk smoking? Okay, now that's a game changer. If someone could just turn my videos into videos, I'd be set for life. What's that? They already have?
Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Oh my god!
Can you—
That is terrifying! He just ends up in the Nevada desert! Wee woo, wee woo!
Never fucking do that ever again, please.
The magic
no,
behind
that's
Kling lies
terrifying.
in its diffusion transformer architecture. This technology helps it translate rich textual prompts into vivid, realistic scenes.
Realistic? The steering wheel's in the middle of the dashboard, there's 3 windshield wipers, the car is driving the wrong way, and no one is reacting to it.
And it's a cat, and also to top it off, there's 3 seats, or it's in the middle between 2 seats.
That car is driving on the sidewalk. Sure, I guess it's interesting that a computer can create a video from just one sentence, but then what? What's the practical—
Imagine explaining this to a medieval child that is dying of cholera. I think their head would explode.
Application for this? Are you making a movie about the wacky antics of a troublemaking cat? You couldn't put this shit in a movie. Even if you managed to smooth out all of the logical errors, there's still no style to it. It's not visually interesting. If you wanted this scene to have a narrative to it, you would need to generate so many individual shots from different angles and hope that they all match up, which they won't. The lighting's gonna be different in every shot. The car's gonna randomly change colors because there's no logical consistency with AI. It's just regurgitating information, even if it has to contradict itself in order to do so. I honestly think the distance between this and this is so much shorter than the distance between this and something so lifelike people will confuse it for actual footage.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll eat my own words. Yeah. Like, maybe in 15 years, this will all be, like, not real. X? Immediately, they're like, no, this is gonna get worse.
Sure, maybe your 75-year-old grandpa will fall in love with the four-boobed lady he saw on Facebook, but most people aren't going to fall for this, especially younger generations. As they grow up with these things being so prevalent, they're naturally going to train their eyes to be able to spot the differences. When people ask what the point of any of this is, the dorks who defend it all tend to say the same thing. These are just tools to help anyone create art. Yeah, I want to push back on that a little bit. I am wholeheartedly for the increased accessibility of creative tools that help you take matters into your own hands. You want to make a short film? The camera on your cell phone is better than 90% of the cameras in human history. Want to learn how to edit? There's thousands of free YouTube videos that'll show you how. You want to make music? You can buy a professional
Yeah, but that requires effort, and I don't want to put in effort. I just want instant gratification. This guy's a loser!
Audio interface, workspace, and a handful of plugins made by some of the most talented artists in the world for less money than it would cost to rent a recording studio for one day. And all of that is fucking awesome. I feel so lucky to live at a time where you can essentially make whatever you want without having to cross the insurmountable barriers that people did in the past. You don't need anyone's permission. You don't need an exorbitant amount of money. You can just make stuff and put it on the internet, and with a little bit of luck, people see it. And there's so many tools along the way that help you streamline the process of getting from an idea to a finished product. But at a certain point, if the tool is just doing everything for you, you are not an artist. You just described what you wanted to make and asked a computer to make it for you. You're also not—
But I put the words in the tool, and then I tweaked it, so therefore I am an artist. Yeah. No, look, I'm gonna say it. I think it's cool when people generate stuff. I just don't think you should have an ego about it. You're fucking putting in inputs and sacrificing your CPU or GPU or whatever into, like, making an image. It's cool. You can do it. Nobody's gonna stop you. It's not fucking illegal. Just let them do it. Let them have fun. Let them have fun.
Learning anything this way. Part of
it.
what makes art special is that it's difficult to make, even with all the tools right in front of you. It takes practice, it takes skill, and every time you do it, you expand on that skill. Every song you hear, every movie you watch is the result of thousands of hours of trial and error. You can fail a million times and use that experience to finally succeed. Making a video using generative AI does not teach you anything about making videos. It's not like you—
There's also another point to this, is that there's kids out there who graduated high school and they can't get into college because they use ChatGPT to, like, pass. It doesn't teach you anything. It's just a shortcut. I don't think this will be a thing that people will use to, like, make AI, like, art, but maybe, like, shortcutting stuff. And it will be good enough to save them money. Like Hollywood, or like, for example, Blizzard already patented their own type of art from artists that they've hired over the years, basically to create more AI generated art. Yeah. It's to cut corners and save time and save money and quote unquote, it's their property, so they're allowed to do that. As scummy as that is, but still. Me making an AI video of Alana reacted to this video, but encouraging it. Yeah, Crunchyroll subs, that's a big drama. That was a massive drama.
You could type 500 Sora prompts and then take everything you've learned to go shoot a movie. There's zero correlation there. Generative AI is only about the end product, but it won't teach you anything about the process it would take to get there. And I think what these tech people will never understand is that finally figuring something out that you've been obsessing over, turning a blank Word document into multiple pages of something you're proud of, is the fun part. That's what's rewarding about making stuff, is figuring it out on your own or with a group of people and getting to share in knowing that feeling. Can AI tools help you figure out things faster? Sure, but it's not gonna feel as rewarding. I understand how tempting a shortcut can be, especially when you go online and you see all these other people doing cool things and you're like, man, I'll never be that talented. It would take me like 10 years to learn how to make music like that. Okay, that's fine. What's the rush? Just start right now. Don't worry about how long it's gonna take. Just take the first step. How are you ever gonna do something for 10 years if you won't even do it for one day? Maybe you won't be good at something the first time you do it. You probably won't. But every time you improve, that's something that you can feel proud of. That's something that you did. Call me stubborn, but I would rather make something shitty on my own than watch a computer make something good. Write a funny script for the end of a YouTube video. All right, folks, we've reached the end of this roller coaster ride of a video. If you survived my terrible jokes and questionable dance moves, you deserve a medal. Seriously, someone get this audience a medal. But hey, before you click away to watch cat videos, no judgment, I get it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You wouldn't want to miss out on more chaotic content like this, would you? And hey, if you have any suggestions for what ridiculousness I should attempt next, drop them in the comments below. I promise to consider them while I'm eating my 5th burrito tonight. Thanks for sticking around, you legends. Until next time, stay awesome, stay weird, and remember, life's too short to take seriously. Catch you on the flip side.
Dude, that was terrible. I loved it. Are women cringe? Yes. Being the woman makes you gagey. Yo, Horgan, thank you. Thank you for 5 months. Yahoo! That sounds like mid-peak YouTube intros.
It's gonna be interesting
it really
to see what happens to Fiverr with.
Fiverr with AI is Fiverr is already ruined by AI. Yo guys, check him out, Drew Gooden. I'm gonna give him a sub. He seems like a pretty funny guy, huh, chat?